Cody, and welcome to my rig and, I guess, desk tour. This is where all of my work happens, and it's where all of my racing happens as well. So let's dive right into it. So first off, we have these LG 27-inch IPS monitors. Ignore all that. We have the Creative Pebble V3 speakers, a phone charger, and the Logitech MX Master series of peripherals. We have the Lego Concorde, and would you look at that? The snoot droops. And now we get on to the meat and potatoes of what you're actually here to see. And so this is an Obutto Racing chassis, and I think this is the Obutto Ozone. I got this in 2020 during the pandemic, and before that, this here was just clamped to a desk. This is the Thrustmaster T300 RS, and I've slightly modified the buttons there, just to give them labels for what I need them for. And then this is a monitor that's worth about as much as the rest of the, the peripherals on here. And this is my Samsung Odyssey G9 that goes along with that. And I didn't show you the pedals. The pedals are the T3PA Pro pedals from Thrustmaster. They're pretty basic, and probably the next thing that I'm going to be upgrading on this rig. And then I've just got my Sennheiser headphones, and then down here, actually in this bag, I have a VR headset, and it's a HP Reverb. That's what it is. And then the computer, let's see if I can remember the specs off the top of my head. The highlights are, it's an i7 9700K processor and a RTX 3070 Founders Edition. So yeah, my setup is fairly simple. And without the monitor and the VR headset being as baller as they are, all the rest of this is fairly entry-level stuff, and I've had it for several years, and it's done me just fine. So if anything, my setup is very much testament to the fact that you don't need a whole lot to get started in sim racing. I literally just started off, I bought this on sale, I got those pedals also on sale, and from there I had a desk and I was off to the races. So I've made very minor upgrades to it. Of course, the Lego Concorde is the most recent and most important one. But yeah, for the most part, fairly simple setup, and it does all I need it to do.
Every race session starts with me in front of my kinda randomized calendar, checking out which sim I've planned for today. After that, it's time to start my SimuCube base and tell it to load the settings for the sim I'm going to drive, move my monitor into place, turn on the cube control's rim, put on my racing shoes, I'll put my VR goggles on, sit down on my RC rig, put on my gloves and get started.
And that's the princess in her cave. Greetings everyone, my name is EikeSky, and apparently we're doing tours of offices. Now, mine is a little bit smaller than everyone else's, but it packs a bit more punch. We don't talk about those, that's coming up, don't worry, it's coming. And this is the pièce de résistance, or something like that. Camus LP8, that you will be well familiar with at this point. And my poor office chair in the background that suffers far too much. Now I'm going to have to be really clever and see if I can put the torch on. Now one of the things that we had to do to make this direct drive work is, as you can see, reinforced it with these straps that on this particular setup, ratcheted underneath, this is actually extraordinarily good and gives a really nice feel of immersion. The other thing is I have also heavily modified the pedals, Logitech G29 pedals with the EikeSky converter. Going into the drive hub converter to USB, and I have my buttons back on my G27 shifter once again. Lots and lots and lots going on in a very small space here, as well as the most important ones. I mean, pick out your favourites from there. That's the most recent present as well.
So I heard that you want to see our setups, but before that I just want to say I am Arvid Silver. I am indeed the researcher, and if you want to know what I research with, I use my iPad to do some researching, but when I want to drive, I use this, my very cool big setup. So you see here, this seat is from a what's it called, the old play seat cockpit, which I had. I think it's the Evolution Alcantara. Then I have these cool track racer holders, because there aren't any ones which we can make the chair go backwards, which I really wanted, so that's good. Then my cockpit is a SimLab, I think it's called Track Racer TR1 cockpit. Then I have my Fanatec Club Sport Formula V2.5X, I think it's called, where the Formula 1 looking wheel, with the CSLDD, with the boost kit. Then I have my Stream Deck XL, my IKEA mug holder. Then I have my Frostmaster handbrake, which can also be turned into a sequential shifter. I have my manual shifter here, which can also be turned into a sequential one from Fanatec. And I'm just going to show you here. I have my Club Sport Porsche Fanatec steering wheel, which uses the Porsche rim, the podium bottom module, I think it is, and the Club Sport. What's it called now? I don't remember fully. And then you can see here, I have my two monitors with my keyboard, my headphones, and my cycle gloves, so I can play games. Then I have my telephone holder and a bit of a ring light and a microphone, which I use for my own videos.